Hello there, beautiful goddesses of your reality. Welcome back. This is Manifest with Jenny T, your mindset and spiritual coach. So I'm here again, and I'm going to be here in this position doing these long videos until I go back home. So I've got to stop saying that. Please like, subscribe and click the little bell icon so when I upload videos they come straight to you. So as always, guys, I have been grounding with painful feet, I will add, because of what I told you about my foot disaster or my shoe disasters, which created a foot disaster. But however, it's all sorted now because I've bought some rather attractive looking flumpy sandal come trainers in between things. I don't care because they're going to be really, really comfortable. And that's all that matters. I've got to that age now, guys. Yay! Comfortability, sacrificing style for comfort and all that good stuff. I never thought I'd get here, to be fair. Never thought in a million years I'd get here, but here we are. Anyway, it's not about that, the video. I'm just having a little introductory waffle, as I like to. The epiphany that I've come to today and what I've been actually really moving into this space of understanding and releasing as well. So integrating and releasing what I've actually been holding on to. This is what I'm going for on a daily, preferably. And yesterday it was expectation. I did that long video about expectations, and I've really sort of integrated that now into today. So I woke up with no expectations, just thinking, let the day just be as it actually is, without me needing to force it to be anything else. And it's working out for me, guys. I'm now going to do that every day and say no expectation on the day. It is what it is. Hopefully the weather is changing a little bit though, because the wind is going to be just disintegrating. Apparently there's not going to be much of a blizzardy breeze that we've been having. So I'm looking forward to that until I go back home. Today, right, what I've been really integrating and understanding and releasing has been stuff about social media. And it's, of course, in the past I've done a video about this before, maybe a couple of videos, how I feel about social media and putting myself out there and talking about very deep, impactful things, particularly in my life and circumstances, without going into too much detail, but just to help you on your manifesting journey. And I am still moving through the space of how I fully deal as a woman, as a growing, evolving woman, how I deal with social media and putting out, a lot of information on social media, and how I feel about social media in general. And I think social media isn't always the best place for me, as in to what's the word? To really not a support system for me, to not conducive to my emotional health, really, because I think social media by design is not there to do that. It's almost like you're there on social media to observe and to take of it what you will. But I believe that a lot of people use it as not a very positive, for not very positive means, and to get a lot of validation and to be very image driven, money orientated, and just taking everything as face value. And of course, we know what the influx of AI is all about now. And I've done these videos in the past of how I feel about filtering your own images, and I don't like it. I think it's just very destructive for us as humans anyway. But particularly, I feel like us women are particularly susceptible. The guys are getting that way as well, also. But I do actually think, because we're bombarded with these images and bombarded with the picture perfect parts of people's life. And don't get me wrong, I'm here posting photographs of me and my mom. I'm doing like a couple of evening photographs, and that's I'm doing. I'm on social media. I'm present on social media for me predominantly because of my business. But also, I've built up over the duration of being on social media. I've built up a lot of friends, and sometimes it's a way of checking in. But I do see the not so very nice things also, and it's something that I've tackled today. And again, things happen for a reason when you're meant to have these epiphanies and breakthroughs, and probably the reason why you don't have these breakthroughs before what you meant to. When you're meant to have these breakthroughs is because you can't contain it, because it's not actually something that you can necessarily integrate within those moments. It's just information, meaning that you can potentially intellectualize these things, but you can't always know what to do with that information because you're not ready to fully integrate it into your life. So this was part of with me today, and I went on my long walk, a little bit crippled, I may add, which is okay now because I've got my flumpy shoes. But so when I was on my walk and grounding where I could, nearly being blown off rocks at other times, I understood this, and what I realised that I've been doing, and me particular. If you allow me to talk about my love language, because we can do this as a separate video as well. But for Jen's love language, words of affirmation are definitely at the top of the list for me, because it's the way that I understand the world. If someone articulates their feelings to me, then it's a way that I can deduce how I respond with a connection to those people. That is something that is very necessary for Jen going forward with all my relationships, because it's the only way that I can get meaning, right? Because it's my language. And so this is why it's not particularly, and we'll go into the other love languages and what they mean. But for me, and being a very sensitive, deep person also, I love connection. I love words. I love the expression of words. I also love touch, but obviously for me predominantly it's words, so I can understand your world. If you give me the words, then I can deduce from those words exactly how to help or what that means, that emotionally what you're going through and where you're at. So it's my kind of benchmark, really. And I think because of that, because I put out so much of myself, obviously on social media, a lot of the time it's very one-sided with social media to me, because I'm always injecting a lot of my own energy to obviously build my business, help people, and it's just a natural progression and journey that I'm going through. But so what I've noticed is I have a lot of people watching me and observing me and not reaching out and not saying anything, just doing the social media thing of watching. Now, that in essence is very bizarre to me, because I don't watch people, because maybe because of these reasons, and maybe because of my love language being conversing and understanding through language, and that is the way that like I just say, the way I understand connections. because that's missing from an image. It's not attractive to me. I don't watch people and get into this, just watching their stories and following in things like, because I don't get the connection via that. So it's like a pointless exercise. So of course it's quite confusing to my mind when I have people watching me but not actually reaching out and saying, I like that, or I don't like that, or stick that up your arse, Jen, or, anything where I understand why they're watching me. And so bringing you full circle to the reason why and what I've done today is that I've actually realised that I've got people from my past. Now, let me just break down also and make this key point that I believe that males are a little bit more simplistic than us girls in nature. So they can look at an image and they don't, if you're a complex creature such as myself, and I am very complex, in a beautiful complex way, I will add, then it's a little bit more simple in a man's world, and I kind of like, it's no biggie to know that if a guy is watching me, it's probably because of the basic guy stuff that them doing, right? And to be honest with you, it's not the same feeling for me anyway, because I don't put much weight on guys in that way. So I just kind of go, oh, well, whatever. It's different with me, with a female. So when females are watching me and I don't know why they're watching me, and this is where I'm bringing you to, especially with females from my past. So I always had a big group of females, and over the years, and a lot of those females are not in my life anymore by design, because we weren't meant to be in each other's lives going forward, because we'd outgrown those relationships, or there was an argument that was unsalvageable, or for me, as I've said to you previously, groups of girls tend to try to encourage other girls to do it their way, the way that the group does it, and things like that, which I don't like. I'm not catty in that way. And so to me, I like individuals to be individuals, and I've grown into that space and understand that's who I am, because no female, no male is going to change me. I am who I am, and I'm comfortable with exploring, especially going forward, what that actually is. That's further solidifying my getting to know me, right? So nobody is going to be able to take that away. And so even more so now, groups of girls aren't things that I sort of sought out for to be part of a clique. But I still have certain girls from my past that were friends of friends, or that are still on my social media. And at the moment, because obviously I'm growing, I'm evolving, I'm growing with my channel, I'm evolving because I'm understanding the law more, I'm understanding energies, I'm understanding frequencies, I'm understanding a lot more about what I'm doing in this space as a manifestation life coach. So it's like, so I'm being watched, and and I've sort of observed them watching me, and then over time, what I've realised I've done is that I start creating stories around that, because I'm not given the words of why they're watching me. And so and this is what we do, especially if you're a deep thinker like me, and you're into psychology, you're into energies, you're into spirituality and growth. Because of the person that I am by nature, I always am looking for that. Why is that happening? Why would that happen like that? So it's who I am by nature. So when I'm not given the information, it makes my brain go a little bit down a spiraling path, which isn't always on the most positive of stories. It's not the, you start to look at things in a kind of like pessimistic way, because it's pretty simple to me. If a female is watching you and she admires you, I I love my sisters when my sisters can just reach out and say, "Oh, you're beautiful. You look lovely in that dress," or even, "I don't agree with that, Jen." Whatever it is to create that discussion works with me. It hasn't always got to be positive. It can be like a little bit challenging to a certain degree. But it's the ones that watch and don't say anything. And then I realised today, I don't know why I'm actually doing it to myself. Why I'm allowing myself to put over energy to people from my past that have no bearing on my future. Not that they're not in my life at all, and so why would I possibly need to keep them on my socials watching my story? I'm not even watching them, but watching my stories and my activity, and then just being there and me creating possibilities of what they're actually deducing from my material. I've understood that I'm just getting that backpack that I've been carrying around with me, that emotional backpack that I've been creating some energy for people that are irrelevant to my story currently. And I've just thought, I'm just going to drop it. And that's what I did today. And I took off some people from my past. And I want to just tell you, by doing that, it's not a punishing game. It's not to punish them or to say, look, I'm better than you, or what you've been doing I don't like, so I'm doing to get a reaction. It's nothing like that. It's just understanding within myself that, and this is what I want to get over to females that do this in their life. Like, why are you carrying around this baggage and this need to energetically create stories about people from your past? It's like for some reason we've been taught that, and my mom highlighted this when I was telling her. She said, "Oh, I think it's just because you think to yourself, well, they haven't done anything bad to me to make me strip." And I get it, and I think these are the things that are holding us back, because these people haven't actually reached out and done anything to attack us or say anything derogatory to us. It's almost like you feel like, well, I can't actually take people off because they haven't actually done anything to me. And I think that very notion stops us from progressing on, especially when our brain is highlighting to us that it's creating negative stories around that scenario of judgment, of like, what do they think I'm strange? I mean, this is the way that, like, my over time, this is the stories. Do they think that I feel like I'm too good for myself? Do they look at me in judgment? Are they laughing at me because they're thinking, oh my God, she's so out there and woo-woo? These are the stories that my mind creates, and it's no good for me. It's no good for me to question myself in that way, because it's coming from me. It's not coming from them. It's coming from me. So what do I do? Because there's no one to change but self. There's no one on this journey to improve on other than self. What is the best thing for self? And the best thing for self and for Jen, especially because of the reasons, because I'm so deep and I'm on this journey and working out the psychology, and because it's my full-time job in my complex head, I've got to make it really easy for me en route and kind to me as a person. This is what this journey is about. It's about bringing you further back and aligning to self, not taking you further away. So are you letting yourself down by doing an act where you take and strip people from your social media just because you feel like, oh, I should keep them there because I don't want to offend them? I'm sorry, but you have to offend them if that's what they're going to do. And realistically, on the other angle of it, without as I say, without punishing, because this is not what it's all about, to actually highlight to those people, it is a little bit strange the way that everybody on social media just watches each other and doesn't interact. You know, that by nature is a little bit bizarre to me. So even if it's just teaching the other person a lesson by just saying, I don't know why I kind of watch these girls, or I don't know why I watch that if I'm not actually getting some positive benefit from it, right? So that's what I've done, guys. So I've just taken certain people off from my past, and not saying that it's because they're bad people. It's because I'm being kinder and gentle to me. So it gives me the freedom to explore, take the gunk off, take the bags off, and to explore the version of me who is more free, who I don't have to click on social media, go on my phone, click on social media, and I only go on to really post anyway. But I don't have to click on social media and I have some image pop up that allows me to create a story, because I don't want to. I don't want to invest my energy into totally sort of needing to cancel myself every time I go on social media. So it's worth thinking about, guys, girls. It's worth thinking about. Just think about that next time that you watch someone's stories and you're watching them. What are you actually getting from watching them? It'd be interesting if anybody wanted to reach out and say, I'm on hand. And I've gone on nearly 22 minutes, so I better stop. I'm going for food now. So I will see you in the next one. I love you. As always, I'm always there for you, my beautiful sisters. And I will see you in the next one. Love you loads.